This is the growth strategist, Aldonna Ambler, with your growth strategy tip of the week. And today I'd like to talk to you successful organizations out there about what's the difference in how you word your plans if you've just come off a really successful period that had major change. Is it any different, or do you use the same words that you use when you're starting? In my opinion, you have to be careful of your words because you don't want to risk sounding like you just want more and there's no pleasing you, because that's how employees can feel. And if they're tired out at all from the last heavy push to have something big happen, they're going to be more sensitive, more careful, less trusting, frankly, than they might have been the first time. Let me give you an example. I was just invited into an organization, a very successful group, that had some heavy lifting over the last 4 or 5 years. A national organization had required that they combine 4 locations. It's a merger. Boy, and they did it well. It was amazing. I mean, everybody had to resign from their positions and reapply for the new roles. Whoa, you know what that feels like. And they did it, and they still have the 4 locations, but there's a lot of different things happening in there than were before, and some people left, and new employees came on, and this was a big change. They went through that 3, 4, 5-year period of handling the merger and having things come together, and they're ready to have it all pay off. So what would they need? What would you need in that situation? Well, they brought me in to help with some of the celebration of the success of the last 3 to 5 years. Good for them, because they do need to succeed. Number one suggestion I'd give you if you're in that situation, don't succumb to what I call done next disease, where you go, done, next, and never feel the success. So they could see that, good for them, but it's more than one event. You have to make sure that you are recognizing the heavy lifting that people have been doing. Some people actually need a break before they take on anything else. The second thing that I noticed is that they wanted to make sure people were understanding the next stage, the next wave of activity, and bought in. They could tell that their employees were somewhat tired, and they want to make sure that there's enough energy to make the next wave happen. I get that. So I interviewed the department heads of everybody that was involved, all 4 locations, and I got lucky, and the meeting of the board was going to be the night right after I've done all the interviews. And the board's really sensitive to this. They're very smart, they're very capable people, but I could hear the subtleties of the language you would have if you're starting a big lift versus what do you do when you're doing second wave. And it was good that they used the word refresh for their revisiting of the strategic plan rather than a whole new start to strategic planning. And I was listening for that. But I found the word more came up over and over. We want more members, we want more customers, we want more money, we want more of this, more of that. And you can sound like you're really pretty demanding if you don't watch it. So just look at your scan your documents and make sure that it doesn't look like more. When I did the staff event, I was very impressed with how capable everybody was. They show up, they're psyched. And we introduced a process for them to evaluate opportunities and ideas through the lens of their strategic plan. Because one of the things that happens is you need to make sure that what you're doing when you're that capable and you've just done that kind of heavy lifting like a merger, that you choose well and you don't distract, you don't take on too much, and you don't blow the flow. So this kind of here's an opportunity, here's an idea, let's just check it out and see, is there enough results, is there enough reward, and is it consistent with the strategic plan? And then the second step is for you to look at, through the lens of the strategic plan even more, to see, can you do a few things that would be giving you synergy and serve multiple goals? Could you step up and be in charge of something and be a leader your way so that you're not doing lots of extra work for other organizations and other people and getting in a subservient role? Because you've just done all that heavy lifting for a reason, how do you make it pay off? Do things more often your way. And see if it becomes a magnet for members, for customers, for money. By the time you've done, something really strong, like a merger, you want the next phase to be momentum. You want it to feel like it is bringing you the reward. And if you're taking on tasks that feel like you're still pushing up a rock uphill, pause. That's not what you want. And then the third step is for you to look at any of the things that you probably should be letting go. There are some projects or customer service or products or services that you used to do that paid off fine before your heavy lifting, but it's not going to give you the synergy you need for real momentum, and you might need to let some of them go. And it's important to let go. And then the fourth step, listen to the sequence. The fourth step is to do the problem solving. So in other words, if you've got a project now that you said you're going to do, and it has the potential to be helping momentum and serves multiple strategies and gets you where you want to go, check it to make sure that it would pay for staff. So you're not trying to do it with too few people. Check if it draws money, if it helps pay for itself, makes good profit, attracts sponsors or whatever it is that you're needing to pay for things. So you're not trying to do it with too few money, too few dollars. You check it. But what's interesting about this is when you get to that, you've really done well and you're looking for a momentum stage. You don't start with problems. You start with opportunities, put it through the lens of the strategy, drop a few things, and then check the problems to make sure that what you chose to do pays off and doesn't stress your organization. You want that feeling of, yes, we did all that heavy work for this result. This is the growth strategist, Aldonna Ambler, with your growth strategy tip of the week.